So Donald Trump is going to become the 47th president of the United States. What does that mean for you as an international student and an international job applicant in the future? Now, I'll be honest. I was hoping that this happens over the last few months, and I might get a lot of hate for shooting this video stating that, oh, Gradvine sends people abroad, they want to make money, they're biased, so therefore they're putting out this sort of information. Well, Gradvine has always been about putting out logically correct information that is balanced and nuanced. And that is what has compelled me to make this video. And if that brings in some misinformed hate, then so be it, because it's going to benefit a lot of candidates. A large motivation behind doing this video is a lot of silly questions that I've been seeing around, saying that my uncle and aunt are in the US on some other visa. Does that mean Trump will give me a visa? And how will I get into universities and scholarships based on the change of president? Well, these sort of micro level things are not going to change with a regime change up top, and this video is not going to cover silly questions of that sort, but it is going to cover some very, very critical aspects that you have to consider before doing a degree in the US. So stay tuned. I'm going to format this video into two parts. The first part is the immigration part of it, and the second part is the job market and the number of job opportunities available, or the state of the economy. It is very important that we divide these two factors because they're almost independent. Let me touch upon the biggest factor that is a hot topic of discussion that might be a concern to you, which is the H-1B immigration process. Now, it's a known fact that most students going on student visas to the US will be dependent on the H-1B workers visa to stay back and work for a significant period of time in the US. Now, because of all the things that have been said about illegal immigration by the Trump campaign in the recent months, there's been a big question mark from students about the H-1B visa system. Now, here is the distinction that you have to make. The Trump campaign and even the previous Trump regime was very big on cutting down on illegal immigration. The H-1B process is a perfectly legal means. In fact, throughout the campaign and even during the victory speech, you can see the emphasis on how they favor legal immigration. They say that they want people coming in legally because it is a big driver for the country's growth and economic growth. In fact, in earlier campaign trails and campaign speeches, Trump has stated that people who are highly skilled are leaving because of the flawed H-1B system where merit is not recognized. So if you are going to a good university and you're securing a good job, it honestly might work in your favor. Now, it's important that we have a sense of balance here. I'm not going to say it's all going to be rosy and they're going to lay a red carpet for you and you're going to make millions. That's never going to be the case, right? There was a statement made about green cards being offered to Indian students who go to top-notch universities straight away. That's probably not going to happen because it's a huge process to get that policy in place. But the H-1B system will remain untouched, which is still fine. In fact, in the campaign before the 2016 elections, there was a very, very strong rhetoric about Indians and foreigners taking away jobs. Even between the years 2016 to 2020, where there was a rhetoric about that before Trump came into power, the H-1B system was untouched and it will not be touched in the future either. The H-1B system, which gives highly skilled workers to companies that are at the forefront of economic development, is essential for America's growth, and that will not be changed significantly whatsoever. So you don't have to worry if you're immigrating legally. And as a foreign student going to a good university, going through the legitimate H-1B process, you are doing it legally. So don't worry about that at all. Understand the distinction. So now that we've covered the immigration aspect of it, let's talk about the job market and the number of jobs available to you as international candidates. Now, yes, the stock markets have been shooting up in the last few days in the anticipation of a Trump win. And the stock markets did shoot up quite a bit during the victory speech once the results were out. But I'm not going to insult your intelligence by bringing this as the primary reason, because we know that stock markets are driven by sentiment. And even though, yes, a positive sentiment will reflect to some extent on the job market, this can't be the primary reason. Are you finding this information useful and authentic? Well, what if I told you that we would suggest 4 universities to you for absolutely free that you can apply to for your profile and your program of choice? Yes, you can do that by scheduling a free consultation call with us using the link in the description. Don't miss out on this chance. Alternatively, if you want to interact with the Gradvine team and fellow applicants about university applications anywhere in the world, we have WhatsApp groups that are open to all of you. Find the link to a relevant group in the description below. Now let's continue on this video. Here are the few reasons why the job market will be better under the Trump administration. So please tune in. All right, reason number one is that Trump is going to cut down the interest rates. This is something that he has made very, very clear. Interest rates for loans have been at an all-time high in the US. Therefore, capital is expensive. When interest rates are high, it means that capital is not freely available. Now, when you cut down interest rates, typically companies will be more open to taking out loans because the interest rate is low and they can leverage that money. When there is capital available to companies with lower interest rates, then they have more cash to hire. Now, this might not be a direct correlation. There may be a little bit of a mismatch here and there, but this is the general sentiment. More cash available means more cash available for hiring people. So this is one policy decision that might benefit the job market. The second element, which is a big part of the campaign, which I think will be implemented, is the corporate tax rates. Now, Trump has proposed that the corporate tax rate should be cut from 35% to 21%, whereas the other side was proposing increasing tax rates. Now, this is logical again. When you reduce corporate tax, there is again more capital available for companies to drive expansion, marketing, whatever it is. And at the end of the day, that's going to trickle down to employment. So the number of jobs available will be higher. Number three is the protectionist policies that Trump has proposed. Now, people from India and students are getting scared when Trump is saying America first. It might be better for you if you're seeking a job in America in the future. America first means Trump being tough on trade. Therefore, the number of imports are going to reduce potentially. The amount of manufacturing and production within the US is going to go higher. And therefore, the need for skilled labor and a skilled workforce in the US is going to increase as well. Therefore, more job opportunities if you're looking for jobs within the US. These three reasons are broadly accepted to drive growth within the job market. So all in all, these were my reasons why I believe that the change in regime and stronger economic growth is only going to be better for people looking to go into the US and look for jobs. There has been a sentiment in favor of legal immigration and a skilled workforce coming in, and it seems like the job market might favor that. However, this is also speculation. We are also mature enough to understand that economic growth a lot of times does not have to do with who is president. It's dependent on a lot of other factors. The idea behind this video is not to promote the US, but to tell you logically why a change in regime and potential economic growth could be better for you, because there's a lot of rhetoric and misinformed information going around. So if you found this video useful and logical, please do like, share and subscribe for more such no-nonsense information.